You have been told that loving means staying. That true love accepts, understands, forgives. That the right person is not found. They are built even when it hurts. You have been made to believe that those who run away are weak and that those who stay are strong. That the noble heart is the one that tolerates, understands, and resists. And you believed it. You made that concept your identity. You gritted your teeth and called love what was wearing down your soul. You have justified the screams, the cutting words, the sudden disappearances. You told yourself that you also have your flaws, that everyone makes mistakes, that no one is perfect. You learned to minimize, to reduce your pain to a whim, to an exaggeration. And every time you felt that voice inside you, the one that screamed, "You don't deserve this," you silenced it. Because you were more afraid of losing the other person than of losing yourself. And so, you kept forgiving. But what no one ever told you is that there is an immense difference between the forgiveness that comes from love and that which comes from fear, from emptiness, from the wound. Forgiving someone who destroys you is not love. It is emotional survival. It is the automatic repetition of an ancient mechanism. A mechanism you learned when you were young, when love was something to be earned. When to feel accepted you had to be good, silent, available. When even affection came drop by drop and only if you did everything right. You learned that loving means annulment. That being chosen is a prize. That if the other returns even after breaking you, then it means you are worth it. But this is not love. It is dependence. It is emotional hunger. It is a memory that has taught you to normalize abuse. Every time you forgive someone who has hurt you without that person really changing, you are telling your unconscious that it is okay this way. That you can be neglected, ignored, manipulated, and that you will accept it anyway. It is not compassion. It is complacency. It is not heart. It is survival. I know it is difficult to accept, because thinking that what we call love is actually the result of a trauma hurts. But the truth, the one that no one has ever told you, is that love should not make you sick. Carl Jung clearly stated, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." And so you continue to forgive, to stay, to endure, to hope. But in reality what you are doing is repeating. You are looking for, in those who hurt you today, the confirmation you never received yesterday. You hope that this time, if you are patient enough, loving enough, present enough, the other will notice you. But the need to be seen cannot be filled with stubbornness. It is filled with healing. Forgiving does not mean always giving another chance. Sometimes it means closing a door forever. For respect. For dignity. For survival. Because by forgiving everything, you risk losing the only thing that truly matters, yourself. There is a part of you that knows it. That feels that knot in your throat every time you receive a message from that person. That senses that subtle anxiety when they don't respond. That dims a little more every time they apologize, but never change. That part is you. Your core. Your authentic self. It is the voice of your soul whispering to you, this is not love, it is dependence. This is not care, it is control. This is not presence, it is fear of being alone. But you pretend not to hear. You tell yourself it can improve. That maybe this time it will be different. That if you love enough, everything will be fine. But love is not measured by sacrifices. It is not built on wounds. It does not grow in chronic pain. True love nurtures. True love welcomes but does not demand. True love makes you feel seen, not invisible. Strong, not exhausted. Whole, not destroyed. So, why do you stay? You stay because you fear that if you leave you will find nothing else. Because your self-esteem has been tied to being chosen. Because deep down you believe you are not worthy of something better. Because you have been taught that being loved is a privilege. And that you must earn it. But love is not earned. It is received or it is not love. Eric Fromm writes, immature love says, I love you because I need you. Mature love says, I need you because I love you. And you are still loving in an immature way. Because you are still trying to fill a void that was not created today, but a long time ago. A void that you have learned to ignore. To sweep under the rug. To cover with attentions, excuses, generous gestures, infinite availability. But that void returns. Always. And do you know when it comes back stronger? When you realize that, despite everything you do, it is never enough. That the other continues to hurt you. That apologies mean nothing anymore. That promises are just momentary anesthetics. That your love has become a container of pain. And you are there, holding it, picking up the pieces, saying, everything is fine when inside you are screaming. But everything is not fine. You are dying slowly. And you are calling it love. Stop for a moment. Breathe. Look at your story for what it is. See how much you have annulled yourself. How many times you said yes when you wanted to say no? How many times you forgave without healing? How many times you hoped, prayed, waited? Now ask yourself, is this your concept of love? Because if the answer is yes, then maybe you have never known love. Just the desperate need to not feel alone, to feel seen, to exist for someone. But you cannot continue like this. Forgiving someone who destroys you is like drinking poison hoping it will quench your thirst. It is like staying in a room on fire just because there are memories. It is like clinging to a dream that becomes a nightmare every night. And do you know what happens when you stay too long in that fire? You start to think it is normal. You get used to the pain. You call it difficult love, complex relationship, crisis phase. But love does not take your breath away. Love saves you, builds you, supports you. And if it doesn't, it is not love. It is time to remember who you are. To stop begging for crumbs when you deserve a fully set table. To let go of those who do not know what to do with your heart. Not because you no longer love, but because you finally love yourself. Loving yourself is not selfishness. It is survival. It is dignity. It is recognizing yourself. It is saying, I am worthy. And I will not let anyone break me just because they do not know how to love. You are not wrong. You have just been programmed to think that pain is a test of love. But true love does not hurt. Makes you grow. Makes you heal. It makes you breathe. And you deserve it. Even if you have forgiven too much. Even if you have stayed too long. Even if you have loved someone who did not even know what love was. You deserve peace. You deserve respect. You deserve freedom. And that freedom starts now. When you stop looking outside for what has always been inside. And when you finally say enough. Not to punish the other, but to save yourself. Because if you continue to forgive those who destroy you, you are not loving. You are disappearing. If you have come this far, it is not by chance. There is a part of you that has always known that there was something unresolved, a missing piece, an invisible thread between who you are and what you have lived. And now you can discover it. Enter your name and your date of birth. In a few seconds, you will receive a free numerological reading so powerful that it will feel like someone is reading inside you. It is not magic. It is awareness. It is the truth you have always sought, and that today you are ready to receive.